All right, folks. Hello and welcome back to online English class. Hope you guys are doing well today. Today we're going to talk through the process of submitting your Unit 6 test. All right, and we're also going to talk through and walk through some of the important documents published by the College Board to help you, AP students, understand what to expect on your exam on May 13th. Okay, so today's going to be purely informational. All right, a lot of announcements, a lot of clerical information that you need to take care of. Recently, we've had problems almost all of my classes where people are missing announcements. Right, much of that is to be expected. Okay, in this kind of environment and this kind of medium of communication, I certainly do not have any sort of animosity for a person who is missing announcements or something like that. That is not my intention. But I just want to remind you to make sure that you're listening carefully to this sort of clerical information, not skipping through it as if it is unnecessary, okay, because it's leading to confusion and it's leading with respect to things that have been announced and should have been communicated clearly, okay? So let's go ahead and talk quickly through the process for submitting your test. Okay, so this is something that we should all do correctly and we can all do together. Okay, so first of all, it needs to be submitted by 3 p.m. today. All right, that's May 5th on Tuesday. All right, and your email needs to feature your name, the title of the assignment that you are submitting, and also your class, whether it be AP English Literature or Honors English 4. Okay, so that should be a Word document that you are submitting to me. It can be in PDF form, or it can just be a simple Word document that you have attached and sent to me. I'll be able to open up either one. I'll grade your work. I'll enter your grade. Okay, and that's how that process will work. Okay, so if you need access to that prompt, obviously it's in the email. This prompt was given to you at the end of class on Friday, as I announced I would do. It was also sent to you in an email that should have been in your inbox Monday morning, again, as I announced that I would do. Okay, so if we have any questions about that, that this should clear those up. All right, you should already be working on that. It should be pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. Okay, so make sure that that's in my inbox by 3 p.m. Now, for you AP students, let's quickly take a look at some of these important information, or some of this important information that has been published by the College Board to help you along the way of preparing for and taking your exam on May 13th. Okay, so the first thing that I want to look at is the 2020 AP Testing Guide. This is something that you need to read. Okay, this is not a recommendation, it's something you need to do so that on the day of the exam, you have no excuses, right? There's no kind of emergency where you go, oh, I didn't know I needed this, or I didn't know that I was expected to do this, right? All of those kinds of equivocations and crises can be avoided if you make sure that you do precisely what is being asked of you every time it's being asked of you to do something, right? So there's 4 things that are going to be explained in this guide, all right? It's not going to be riveting. This is not going to be as entertaining as your favorite Netflix show, but it's something that you should engage with. First of all, it's going to explain what an AP exam e-ticket is, okay? The second portion of the document is going to explain the 5 steps that you need to take before you actually arrive at the exam day and begin to take the exam. Then it's going to explain what the exam day is going to look like and what submitting your work, the procedure for submitting your work is going to look like. There's going to be a variety of options, all right, that you can use in order to get your work to the College Board, and you need to figure out what strategy you are going to use to submit your work. And then make sure that you are executing that on the day of the exam. And then it's going to explain some stuff about scores and credit and placement, okay? So this document, you just need to read through it, all right? And I would encourage you to read through it word for word, okay? Obviously, you don't need to review when the art history exam is going to be, okay? Friday, May 15th, okay? You don't need to memorize that. But you do need to know that all the exams are going to be taken simultaneously, and that our exam is going to be conducted in the Eastern Daylight Time time slot. And so you would find when the AP English Literature exam is going to be, and make sure you know precisely when that time is according to the schedule, okay? Then right? We've got some options for submitting your work. And all in all, this document just explains some basic information about what the online testing is going to look like. Okay, so please read through that information. I'm not going to read through it for you because that would be even more boring than you reading it on your own time. Okay, the second thing that I'd like for you to spend some time with, and you can do it today or tomorrow, okay, but you need to be probably as soon as possible, right? If today you're too busy finishing your test and submitting that test and working on other things, that's fine. You can do this tomorrow, but it just needs to be as soon as possible, right? Here's a checklist, right? An AP exam day checklist, right? Just ensuring that you have everything and you know everything that you need to accomplish prior to your test. If there's something that you cannot check off today, it's probably because you're not, it should be because you don't have that information yet. And the checklist will help provide you with an understanding of what you need to obtain in order to be completely ready. All right. And then finally, the last thing, right, is the testing demo. Okay, so follow the link to the testing demo, and I'd like for you to go through the entire testing demo. Now, on the day of the exam, you're going to arrive at an entrance page that looks just like this, and they're going to ask you to enter your AP ID number. And your AP ID number will be in the AP exam e-ticket that will be emailed you 2 days before each exam. Okay. So, in other words, if you're an AP student, you need to make sure that the College Board has an email that they can reach you at, and that you can check that email. That it's not some kind of like crazy burner email that you made up one time as you sort of haphazardly made yourself a College Board profile or something like that, right? This needs to be an email that you have direct access to and that you are checking regularly. Okay, so this e-ticket is going to be sent to you. It's going to come with an AP ID. Now, for the practice, all you have to do is just enter the word practice as delineated right here. Okay, it's going to get you into what the sort of pre-testing environment is going to look like, right? You're going to enter this personal information. It's got a countdown clock for you. You're going to agree to the terms and conditions after consulting your attorney. Just kidding, okay? You're going to agree to the terms and conditions. You're going to hit continue, all right? And then you're going to enter into the next phase of the exam, right? And there's 4 phases. I'm not going to go through all of them. But I want you to go through all of them. Okay, so don't stop here just because I stopped here in the video. Right, I'm stopping here for the sake of time. All right, I want all of you to work through this entire process so that you can have an experience having walked through this process prior to the exam day. Okay, if you find all this ridiculous or silly, I would just counter with. Inevitably, there are crises and there's confusion on the day of the exam, and preparation is the antidote to chaos. All right, so let's make sure that we are well prepared. Okay, so send that test in to me by 3 p.m. today. Make sure that you work through all of this College Board information, and make sure you're paying close attention to announcements and all the clerical information that you need to be taking care of. Okay, so that we can avoid confusion in the future, and so that we can ultimately maximize our productivity and our success in the coming days. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing excellently well, and I look forward to reading your responses to the King Lear prompt.